think this is fine, and the Goose Mother is gonna take it, baby. Honk honk. Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. We've got food, baby. This is Night of the Sweet's Revenge. This is our little curve topper here. If you notice, we actually have a very, very aggressive curve. I see a lot of food decks, and I think this is probably my favorite to date. But if you notice, it's very, very aggressive. We got 1-drops, we've got a little bit of, a lot of 2-drops, and a little bit of some 4-drop action. We have absolutely no 3-drops, which can bring its own problems on turn 3. It does get a little bit awkward, so I am going to be working on a modified version to kind of mitigate that. But either way, this deck does work very well. It is just the bare bones of what you want. We are running 4 of this Goose Mother. The Goose Mother pretty much makes the deck work, being that it does fly, and it's also a draw engine. It's also a life gain engine. It's just an engine. How are engines, food and engines, they don't really go together, but in this case they do. We got the Elvish Archivist. Because we are running enchantments and food, obviously being artifacts, this card is absolutely kind of bonkers. Because it is also another draw engine, and it gives you the +1/+1 counters every single ability. It only does once per turn, so you have to watch out for that. But this thing gets really, really crazy. Candy Trail allows us to have, 23 lands instead of 24, just because, again, you get to scry and do that. Gain a life, you draw a card. Again, it's all about the engine. The worst part about this deck easily is that it does not have any removal. It does have counters, which again, I see some deck lists with food, this food core, they don't have counters. I think that's a little bit weird. The only other removal spell you could really have is like a fight spell, or you could have Fading Hope. Either way, I don't really love them, because honestly, you don't really need a whole lot of blue in this deck. And honestly, you probably could cut out an island or two, but the Goose Mother and the Make Disappear are the only blue cards we have. But you have to have the Goose Mother. The Goose Mother is truly the mother of the nest here, and we already know the Sir Ginger gets bigger and bigger. I'm actually even tempted to put this up to 4 because it is just that good. Tough Cookie and all the likes. Teething Wurmlet is so good versus mono red. Night of the Sweet's Revenge, so good. But before we get into the gameplay, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to give a like. The button looks just like this, helps out the channel tremendously. And let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Zangu, how is it going here? This is a pretty good hand. Anytime you have Teething Wurmlet, this card is so gosh darn good. That life gain, especially versus mono red, that life gain every single artifact you get. You don't get a +1/+1 counter for every single artifact, but you do get 1 life for every artifact that comes in, and it's so good. Unfortunately, we're probably gonna face Dimir Fairies. I'm not a big fan of this deck. It's so good. I mean, I am a fan of when I play it. I am working on a brew. I want to make it something a little bit different, just because everybody already has like a pretty good version of it. So I feel like I'm not really bringing anything to the table. I definitely should have attacked first, but I am a bozo. I'm a total bozo. Don't play like me. I definitely want to keep this Make Disappear. This Make Disappear could make all the difference in the world. And again, you don't want to play like me because I just skipped out on a free damage from our Teething Wurmlet. You can tell I'm really rusty. I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely rusty. We are up to gold. Not trying to brag or anything, but we are up to gold. No big deal. Tenacious Underdog, a classic from New Capenna. Let's go and drop you. We could just go straight in for the Goose Mother. I think the Goose Mother is always just a pretty gosh darn good card. I don't think I even really care about Make Disappear at the moment, because we're not. It seems like we're not playing fairies. We're probably just playing like So I'm gonna go for Goose Mother. We're gonna be real aggressive here, and the only reason why is because I can start to draw cards next turn. Obviously, we're gonna save our Wurmlet here. I'm gonna save the Goose. The Goose Mother, every time it attacks, you get to use a draw with just getting rid of a food. So I think that's so good. It's kind of worth not going for Make Disappear right away. We might be able to hold Make Disappear up on a Sheldred or something. So just a Gix. Okay, this is gonna sting. This is definitely gonna sting. I'm gonna have to take it. We're gonna give him a minute, because I cannot lose the Wurmlet. The Wurmlet just gets bigger and bigger, and the Goose Mother is a draw engine, so we can't. There's no way around it. We just gotta do that. All right, let's swing in with just the Goose Mother, so that we can go ahead and get some food, get a nice little draw action. We are low on land, which sucks. But now we can at least hold up to Make Disappear. I really, really wish we had another land, but beggars can't be choosers. But I do like to beg. I love to beg. Maybe we just risk it all and go for Candy Trail and try and draw. I mean, it's an option. I just really don't like not playing anything. Alright, let's do this. Worst case scenario, we can go for Royal Treatment on the Wurmlet. Make it a 4/4 for this underdog, and then we can still hold up and make disappear. So I think that's pretty good. I'm just so scared. I mean, they have a loaded hand here. They're going to play something juicy. I don't want a Sheoldred to come out. You know that it's always coming. It's always lurking in the shadows. Alright, pretty easy money. Royal Treatment. Royal Treatment, the new Snakeskin Veil on steroids. That is right. Permanent Ward 1. Oh my gosh, come on. I mean, this card's gonna be so bonkers. I don't even know. And because they do it now, I didn't even have to do it, because if they would have done it through combat, I would have blocked, and then I probably would have used it, and then they could have used to go for the throat, and then I go for Make Disappear. But this way, we're good. We're good to go. I'm actually gonna use the Candy Trail here. We're going to use the mana there. I can't really judge them on their play anyway, because I missed out on 1 damage on the Teething Wurmlet. Doesn't seem like a crazy big deal, and it's probably not, but I don't like to do that. So we're still pretty low on land. If we got out a food of some sort, and we could use the Goose Mother, so we could go for Sir Ginger just to sack it. I mean, that doesn't feel very great. This takes too long. I mean, gosh, we are not sitting too pretty here. Alright. This sucks. We genuinely cannot do anything. We could go for Welcome to the Sweettooth. I'm going to end the turn one more time. I mean, we do have another Royal Treatment. Fairy Mastermind. How much do we really... I'm going to let this resolve. I'm going to let it resolve. This thing is it's so good. Just so freaking good. It's probably the most annoying card, in my opinion. I don't know why either. I mean, it's a good card, but it's not broken. But I just find it so irritating. Alright, let's see what you got here. We have a Royal Treatment and a Make Disappear, but eventually we're going to have to make the Disappear go away, because obviously we're going to have to pay the casualty cost at some point. That is why we have Make Disappear. Ba-bam. And 1 on the Yavimaya Coast is a small price to pay. We do not care at all. Alright, so we get rid of the Gix's command. Looking good. Looking good, feeling good. Nope. I'm going to keep the Royal Treatment. Hopefully we get a land here. We still do not. And that is so rough. It's so roof. Roof. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Let's go for... I think we should go for Sir Ginger. And at some point, we're just going to have to start swinging in. Do we give up the Sir Ginger to try and draw? I'm going to do it. There's got to be a land in here somewhere. I know we're going to give the Fairy Mastermind a card, but I don't care. I just don't care. We do get our land, thankfully, because we're not going to... I don't think we're going to win this match with 1 land. I don't see how we do this. That's okay with me. I mean, if they want to trade like this, I think that's fine. We can't go for Royal Treatment twice, because the roll does not stack. It's only once. But I think this is okay. Now we can do this. I'm going to go for Welcome to Sweettooth. We get this going. We at least get a block for Gix to prevent their draw. And eventually we'll be able to pump up the Goose Mother. If that 1 life from the Teething Wurmlet, that's the dumbest boneheaded play that I didn't miss out on that 1 damage there at the beginning. If that ends up being that game, I'll be so salty. And I am going to block here, for sure. You're not drawing. You got enough cards in your hand. You're not drawing again. Graveyard Trespasser. I think that's okay. It's okay. I think we can bear that for now. I do want to, I want to win, that's for sure. But Kaitos, they got a lot. They have so much draw power. Alright. Dreamroot Cascade. They have a lot of draw power with the Kaito and the Gix. That is a lot of draw power. But fortunately, I mean, they have to watch out for their life total as well. I think if we go for Sweet's Revenge, well, yeah, this is pretty good. Let's go for Sweet's Revenge. Night of the Sweet's Revenge. Create a food token. We'll have enough for Sir Ginger and to hold up a Royal Treatment. That's pretty good. Swing in. I think I'm going to do it. Yep, let's go ahead and do this. So sack this. Sir Ginger will get a bump up. Another Welcome to Sweettooth. Do we need that? I think I'd rather it be a counter spell of some sort. I think it is a little slow. I'm gonna say no. We're gonna put that away. Down to 10 they go. Let's go for Candy Trail, because we can play this pretty much guilt-free, because we still can play Royal Treatment off of it. Boseiju, who... Nope, let's get rid of those. Roll the dice for something good, and now we can also play the Royal Treatment with our Candy Trail that the Knight of the Sweet's Revenge can give mana for, so... Alright, quite the mouthful there. We still have a Royal Treatment up. It's kind of sneaky. They might not be able to see it, so Tenacious Underdog, this is actually okay with me. I mean, what's their plan here? Are they going to swing all? Graveyard Trespasser's going to swing as well. Okay. I mean, we have a fresh 20 life here, but they're going to be able to draw 2 cards. Can we finish them? I mean, we can finish them off next turn, right? So I think I just say, okay, whatever. Down to 13 we go. They're going to draw 2 cards at the cost of 2 life, though, and they only have 2 untaps. So, and with a Royal Treatment, I mean, they have to watch out, because we have the... Yeah, I think we're sitting okay here. Draw a card. I don't know if they had their land drop this turn. So they did not. Okay, but only 3. Okay. Yep. So they got a lot of draw power in this deck. Okay, what am I missing here? They can't cut down the Goose Mother in the first place. And plus we get Welcome to Sweettooth. It's a 7/7. Okay. I mean, we could use this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we have trample here, so I don't think it doesn't even really matter. So I think we just swing in. Let's swing in here. I think we can, sure. I think it's fine. 1/1 counter. Like I said, I'm just trying to think if like we're missing anything. Again, with the Royal Treatment, alone should be enough. Yeah, that's fine. Royal Treatment, ba-bam. Hexproof, and you're good to go. So the Teething Wurmlet mishap ended up not even mattering. The Goose Mother and the food. Sir Ginger with the trample. They're gonna block in jest. Gix cannot get the job done. The Goose Mother ends up squawking. It's my lake, baby. Young Bull 24. Let's go. We are on the draw here. Starting off pretty good though. Anytime you have a Teething Wurmlet on turn 1, pretty good. All right, Teething Wurmlet. Let's see what you got. Going against Rakdos Bloodtithe Harvester, a vampire as class. I feel like this thing's just been around for so long. Obviously, it's been, I mean, it has been a very long time. I mean, when was it? Feels like, what, like 2020 maybe? 2021 at the earliest, or the latest rather. Alright, Teething Wurmlet is so good. We do get, this is really nice, because we do get 2 foods for the price of 1. Now, we don't get 2+1 counters on the Wurmlet, but we do get life this way, and I think the life may be, I mean, it definitely matters in a lot of matchups, especially going against red. Not mono red. Obviously, versus mono red, the Wurmlet is, like, imperative. But we still get some cookies here, though. Decadent Dragon. I have not seen this card be played a whole lot. So exile the top 2 cards of your library, face down, then you may look at them, play them for as long as they remain exiled. Pretty cool card. I do think it's a little bit slow as a creature, obviously, but, you know, not exactly Goldspan. Doing its best Goldspan dragon impression. This is the bad part. I mean, we can hold up Make Disappear, or we can go for Sir Ginger and go for Royal Treatment. Because they're playing black, I'm going to go for Sir Ginger first. Let's go for the Sir Ginger here, and I think I am going to attack. If they do want to block, we can just go for Royal Treatment. It's not great, but we do get a 2-for-1 this way. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. We also get over Brotherhood of the Sweepy card. I forgot what it is already. The card that deals 3 damage to everything. We at least will survive that. So for that reason alone, I do feel like it's worth it just to go for Royal Treatment here. Royal Treatment, pretty much Snakeskin Veil. I mean, but maybe better? I don't know. It's pretty close. We do get the Ward 1 as well, so that's pretty nice. And again, we can't get hit by this stupid sweep card that I am a little wary of, because even if we do get hit with it, it's still pretty bad. Wow, so we are really harvesting the blood here. Okie dokie. We do get another Royal Treatment just for sakes. Just for Pete's sakes. And how do we want to play this here? I do really like keeping up the Make Disappear, especially with only four lands. The Make Disappear does hit pretty hard. We're at least swinging in with the Wurmlet for sure, like for sure. And let's go ahead and do just that. They're gonna have to double block if they want to really take care of it. They're probably gonna use the Harvesters on the back end with the blood token to get rid of the Wurmlets, which I don't really love, but we can have the royal treatment so they can pop themselves. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm tempted to go for the Goose Mother. Let's just hold steady, because if we go for Make Disappear, counter something, and go for royal treatment on one of these Harvesters, I think that's going to be probably the move. I don't want to drop the Goose Mother for 0. That just feels really bad. I don't want to do that. Alright, so here comes one. They are gonna... Let's make them pay the ward cost. Yep, let's make them pay. And we could go for... I mean, let's do it. Let's do it. I do want to keep my Wurmlet safe. I know that the roll... Obviously, you can only have one roll token, so these +1s will not stack. But we do get hexproof for the rest of the turn, so that's pretty nice. And now we still have this Make Disappear, which we lowered them down to 1. Oh, Boseiju. Well, we can't really do anything about that. Okay. Yeah, I think it's fine. We at least get another land for the Goose Mother this way, so I think it's okay. Yeah, it's gonna force. Cool. I think we can live with that. It's fine. Hopefully they play something, and they don't. So we're gonna kind of become a little mana inefficient with this Make Disappear, which I don't love, but I think it's okay. Let's swing in. I'm gonna swing with both. I mean, I don't really see a point in keeping the Tough Cookie around. There's no way they want to block with the Harvester on the Tough Cookie, so I think they're gonna take this both. And who knows? Like against the red deck with dragons and harvesters and vampires, we're actually being the aggro ones with this little silly foo Tough Cookie nonsense. Let's go ahead and drop the Sweettooth. So I got a Sweettooth. I got a Sweettooth for some W's today. Let's go ahead and drop that. And hold up this Make Disappear. The Make Disappear is so... I see a lot of deck lists without counters, but I really like the Make Disappear because, again, with this, it just creates a 1/1, and you have a perfect opportunity to go for Casualty 1. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of silly not to, but... Alright, pay the ward costs. Now this Teething Wurmlet is finally going to go down, which you never like to see. But hopefully, there it is. This is why we play the Make Disappear. Get the heck out of here. We're not letting you do that. No. Now I think we're ready to drop a fat Goose Mother. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. We could go for Night of the Sweet's Revenge first. But with the Goose Mother and this thing about to pop, I think it's probably better to go for Goose Mother at this point in time. Usually you want to go for Night of Sweet's Revenge, then Goose Mother, but I think this is probably fine. Drop this for 3, create 3 food tokens. Yeah. I think this is the best way to do it. It is a little bit more fun to go Night of Sweet's Revenge, and then create more, and then really pump it, but I think this is fine, and the Goose Mother is going to take it, baby. Honk, honk. No Ram, how is it going? Let's go ahead and keep this. It's a little slow. We are on the draw. No 1-drop here. We'll see what we can do. We'll make a mountain out of a molehill. I think that's maybe how the saying goes. All right, sleight of hand. Dimir, I think might be one of my least favorites colors to play against right now, just because Dimir Fairies super good. Very good deck. Pretty much strikes me as like Dimir Rogues, but maybe I don't want to say better, but it's gosh darn, it's really good. We do have these 3 Welcome to Sweettooth. I'm gonna play. Let's just try it out. They've got a counter. It is what it is. Oh, poison counters. Okay, interesting. We have to be careful though, because these poison counters, they're gonna like proliferate. They're gonna do some crazy stuff. Could get a little scary. We do have Make Disappear. Unfortunately, we are very awkward in our mana here. We don't have a 3-drop, and we just have 2s and 4s, so very awkward on the mana here. But I think it's fine. Let's go ahead and just swing in. And I'm gonna drop another one. The next turn, I think we can go for. I mean, I don't even know if we want to go. Tough Cookie is nice because we do get 2 foods for the price of 1. But I think just dropping these Sweettooths is going to be imperative, because if they're not going to play a creature, I want to just get as much damage as possible, and I think the way we do that is by getting the most turn or stage 3 sagas on here as possible. If they're not, I don't think they're playing creatures. I just get a weird feeling. I don't think they are. So, drown in Ichor. I can't say any words, but definitely can't say that one. So, they are going to proliferate me, which is, you know, whatever. Well, two poison counters, whatever. I think we got like an antidote, right? Back in the Pokemon days. Need your, oh, I guess the green screen's kind of messing up the little Bulbasaur there. You get poisoned, and then your screen blinks. Burp, 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 burp. Good days, back when we were all little and didn't have to pay taxes and all that nonsense. Okay, so we do have 2 blues. I mean, really, really gross. Just like the most awkward mana base you could possibly imagine. So if we go for Teething Wurmlet, we could have to keep up Make Disappear. That's the only thing we can do. Kind of yucky. Kind of yucky, but I don't really hate holding up the Make Disappear. Let's do it. Let's take a little bit of a curveball. And we'll go a little bit wide here as well. So I don't hate it. We'll hold up the Make Disappear. Serum Snare. We'll go ahead and definitely Make Disappear. Yeah, obviously we don't get the token back, being that it goes back to our hand. No Proliferate. I think that's okay. So this deck is just toxic Dimir. So they do go again. They are running out of cards though. We only have 3. That's fine. I mean, we still have some more firepower. Here we go. Unfortunately, we don't get the buff this way, but I think it's okay. I'm gonna go for the Elvish Archivist, and hopefully we get into a land so that we can drop Knight of the Sweet's Revenge, and things might be okay. But we are up to 5 poison counters, and I'm starting to get a little nervous here. We do get the Dreamroot Cascade, thankfully. I'm gonna do this. Instead of going for Knight of Sweet's Revenge, let's go for Welcome to Sweettooth, because this is an enchantment. It'll give us a draw. Archivist does its thing. We get a 1/1. More land is good. And now let's go for Tough Cookie. Tough Cookie will bump up the Archivist if they don't counter. Okay, we get counter, but I think that's okay. Next turn, we'll get our Elf. Nice and buffed up here. And I think we're starting to look a little better. Create a food token. There we go. Boom. This Archivist is pretty good. It's pretty gosh darn good. Knight of Sweet's Revenge, and they do not have any sort of anything else to play, so that's nice. And with this card, again, it's an enchantment and a food token all in one, so you get the double doink. And because we're not playing white, we don't even have to worry about a Wandering Emperor. And oh, look at that, we can actually play another one. So let's go ahead and do this. We don't get it doesn't really matter because we don't get the +1/+1 counters again. But I'm okay with this. I'm okay with just doing this. Let's go wide. And it's looking like we just take it. Okay. Simple as. Food takes it. Probably not much. Just probably, though. Just like, don't get it twisted. Just probably. I'm going to keep this hand, even though I am running one singular Restless Vinestalk in this deck. Unfortunately, I'm just going to go ahead and play it. We're just going to bite the bullet early. I know we have the Candy Trail, but I'm going to go ahead and play the Teething Wurmlet. We're going to be a little bit behind the curve here, but it's okay. So we're going against, what, Dimir Fairies? There it is. Dimir Fairies. Dimir Fairies are pretty much all the rage. Very, very good deck here. Alright, so we are behind a little bit. I would love to have the Elf on turn 2, but instead, we're going to go for the Teething Wurmlet and then go for the Candy Trail. It's actually pretty good considering that we are going to need life in this deck because Fairies do play, in a way, kind of aggressive, so that life gain is actually really nice. So we got another Teething Wurmlet. I think Teething Wurmlet is actually a really good card for this matchup, so I think I'm actually going to keep both of these. Yeah, these decks are very grindy. The Dimir Fairies matchup is there's removal, there's some counters. We also have some counters, so it gets very grindy very quick. All right, unfortunately they're gonna go ahead and fence our little Teething Wurmling. And we're not going to be able to hold up the royal treatment here, but okay. So they're going to want to draw a card, discard a card. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. I really wish we had at least one more land, but next turn we can hold up, we can get down the Teething Wurmlet, and then we can go for something else, or we can go for the Candy Trail and just draw into the Wurmlet now. I think that, honestly, it's either that or have the Make Disappear. So let's do this. I think I'm going to do it. Let's bust the Candy Trail. We'll get that life gain, and the life gain is very relevant in this matchup. And if they're holding up a counter, they're going to have to waste it on this Teething Wurmlet. I don't think they want to do that. So I'm pretty pleased with how this has gone, except for this Restless Vinestalk. Again, just running one. I did have a match earlier off camera where it did end up actually helping me out a lot, but it feels pretty niche, so we'll see how it does. Right now, missing that one drop, kind of biting us a little bit, but we should still be able to maybe be okay. Alright, so the Dreaming Duelist, this thing also zaps you every single time something comes down, just hits you for one, sucks you for one. Thankfully, we do get a Dreamroot Cascade. We really, really needed that. So now, it's kind of rough here because I would love to be able to go in for the Elvish Archivist and then just go right into for the Welcome to Sweettooth. But then that means we can't go in for the Make Disappear. How do we want to do this? I don't think we're going to be able to play super optimally. I would love to be able to just drop this and then go for Sweettooth, but then we lose out on Make Disappear. And Make Disappear gets weaker as the game goes on. So I think we're just going to drop the Archivist. The Archivist, whatever. I can't speak on this channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're old to the channel, you know that I can't speak, so it is what it is. Okay, so I think we're just going to pass, and I'm going to hold up this Make Disappear. I do think it's pretty important. If they go in for, if they try to cast Talion, again, I can't speak, you already know this, but if they do that, we do have the Make Disappear is live. And again, I really want to make sure that we have, so Invasion of Innistrad, there we go. I think this is definitely Make Disappear worthy. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's definitely go ahead and get rid of that. I hate that because it has Flash, and then they can't kill it right away, but then, yeah, I'd rather just not do this. Okay, so now they got Ego Drain. This sucks. I would assume they're probably going to take Knight of the Sweet's Revenge, I'd think, considering that is probably our strongest card at the point. But Welcome to Sweettooth does give us a +1, 2 +1s on here, and then we get to draw because it's an enchantment. So they actually go for Royal Treatment, which is pretty surprising considering they only have not two, but one card in hand. So a Halo Forager. They got rid of the Royal Treatment. Okay, so hold on, what's this do? I'm actually pretty unfamiliar with this one. Hold on, this is a new... Oh, this is the one that you pay X, so they're going to pay 1, and then you can cast the target once. They're going to go for Ego Drain. Wow, okay, that is actually pretty gosh darn good. So, I'm still pretty surprised that they took Royal Treatment. Oh, they're going to go for Fencing. Okay, well, at least they don't have any more hand. I mean, this is everything that they've got to offer at the moment. Down to 18. I think we could probably manage this. This card is, I mean, I wish it gave everything trample, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Let's go in for let's just go for Sir Ginger here. Give the Teething Wurmlet a little something to get excited about, and then we'll go for Welcome to Sweettooth. And I'm not going to swing in. I don't feel like trading here because the Wurmlet can get bigger and we do gain life. Like I said, this is a very grindy matchup. So I think we're okay just to kind of sit here. The only problem is this Likeness Looter. They can either draw cards or they can become a creature in their graveyard, which they only have Sleep Cursed Fairy. So it doesn't hurt too bad, but when they're in top deck mode, I don't like them drawing cards. It doesn't feel very good. So now here they go. They can become the Sleep Cursed Fairy. That's a pretty gosh darn good combo because now they can untap it. Look at that. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. We'll go ahead and give them a nice. That's pretty nasty. Even if I lose this match, I mean, I gotta let them know that's a pretty sick combo. So they do have 19. Let's see what they got here. Another one. At least they can't untap this one for a while because it has the sun counters. We do have a Make Disappear. I'm not sure how strong this Make Disappear is right at the moment. If we go for this, we can't hold up the Make Disappear, which sucks. So here's where those counters really don't do me any good. I think we're going to have to just drop this, though. Let's go ahead and drop this. And... see, we have enough. See, 3, 6, 8, 11. But if they draw another one, they can... so I think we're going to have to leave one back, unfortunately. So I can't swing with everything. Let's swing with you and you. I have to leave the Sir Ginger back because it is a food, and it's going to give us enough to eat a food. Because with the Knight of the Sweet's Revenge, we're going to be able to generate mana off of this. So if they drop something and just zap us for 1, we're going to need to gain this life. And obviously we can't Make Disappear anything, so that sucks. So there it goes. Are they going to I don't think they can do it one more time. I mean, that just gives rid of a stun counter. I don't think they can even untap this. So they can untap it. Okay, that's fine. Bang. So 3, 6, 8, 11. But they can't even... So I was hoping that maybe they would have another fairy. Swing all, then we use the food token, then we buff in and swing in. But because that's not how this is going to play out, I think this is going to be a whole lot tougher. Plus this Make Disappear with the Casualty 1. The 1/1 human token does go very, very well with it. So, okay, here we go. 3, 5, 8. And I think we're just going to have to take that. Instead of taking this, though, now, Welcome to Sweettooth's going to go off. And I'm trying to think if we can go wide here. If there's any sort of way we can do that. So if we go... This is going to take some brain power here. So if we get X plus 1+1... What can we do? So we have 1, 2, 3. So this will be a 6 power. Then we go for Knight of the Sweet's Revenge. And we're just not going to be able to get there. So we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to dig for answers. We're just not going to be able to generate enough power here. Up to 7 we go. We get the Archivist. I think we're just going to have to go wide if we're going to have a shot here. So we can get back up to 10. Man, I wish this Archivist was something else. Swinging with you. This sucks, though, because I think we're going to have to give up the Sir Ginger. If we swing with Teething Wurmlet, I don't think we can do that either. So I think we're just swinging in with this. Not great, but I don't know what else we can do. So 10 to 7. We can at least possibly hold up a Make Disappear. We're going to have to sacrifice Sir Ginger for the life gain. So maybe I should... Yeah, I probably should have just done that, but then we can't swing. So it's kind of a catch-22 situation here. If we go for Elvish... If we go for the Elf, we can sacrifice the Sir Ginger for 4. Go up to 11. 6, 8, 11. That's still not enough. We have to eat the food and the Sir Ginger. So... Damn! Not good. Not good. Alright, let's see what you got. Swing all. So here's the swing all. Alright, so let's do this first. Because if we do this first, we at least get to scry with the Sir Ginger and buff it up, and we get a little bit more power that way. We get another Sir Ginger. I mean, is that good? We're all out of food, though, so I don't think that's even really good, particularly. I think we're gonna have to take it, 'cause I don't really want to gain. I don't know what else we can even really draw, honestly. So let's go for Sir Ginger here. Sacrifice the Sir Ginger. We'll get 5 life, and again, it's not gonna be enough. Down to 4 we go. They still have a card in their hand as well. I wish. Oh, I wish we had more food or just something. Yeah, we can go for Sir Ginger here. Give the Wurmlet 4, then hit him for 2 more. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll go for we can go for the Elf, but that doesn't really do anything. We have to win here or have some sort of removal. Dang. I think that's gonna be it. Let's go for the Sir Ginger. Spell Stutter. Yeah, I mean, we were already toast anyway. We could go for Make Disappear for the casualty. Yeah. We can play the Elvish Archivist. It does not matter. Unfortunately, they're going to go ahead and untap this anyway. We don't get through. It is what it is. Fairies are really good, but I think we had an okay match. Good game.